Be ready. You may not realize it, but something meaningful happens around Christmas each year. Many people see the season as just familiar traditions, shopping, and full schedules. But beneath all of that, there is a deeper change taking place. When millions of people feel similar emotions at the same time, such as hope, reflection, or connection, it creates a shared shift in the overall mood of society. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, or if you feel distant from the holiday, you are still affected by this collective change in energy. People who are more sensitive often notice this the most. This is not a time to go through the motions without paying attention, because this Christmas may feel different for those who have been growing more self-aware or emotionally open this year. A holiday gathering is more than just a meal, it is a shared experience. That experience can leave you feeling supported and refreshed, or tired and overwhelmed. During one Christmas gathering, many things happen beneath the surface. The talks, laughter, shared stories, and sense of closeness all carry emotional weight. At times, there may also be quiet tension, small remarks, or unspoken expectations that make you feel pressured to act in ways that don't feel natural. When many people with different feelings come together in one space, it's normal for your own emotions to shift in response. This doesn't happen because something is wrong, but because being around others requires openness. That openness can sometimes leave you feeling tired, and other times leave you feeling refreshed and encouraged. This is important to remember because not every experience is negative. The right people can offer comfort, a sense of belonging, reassurance, and even emotional relief. One honest, meaningful conversation can help you feel better than spending days alone. The answer is not to avoid others or to feel afraid. The key is awareness. Especially this year, simply recognizing that emotional sharing is taking place can help you stay balanced. You don't need to guard yourself harshly or pull away. Instead, pay attention to how you feel, respect your personal limits, and allow positive experiences to stay with you without holding on to what doesn't feel right. Beneath the surface of this Christmas, there is also a supportive presence. When you stay aware, you can leave gatherings feeling clear and grounded rather than emotionally weighed down. You leave feeling clear, comfortable, and carrying only the feelings you chose to keep. Each year around Christmas, something subtle happens that many people sense but struggle to put into words. It isn't dramatic or mysterious, and it isn't accidental. It's a natural moment when different inner changes happen at the same time, making choices feel more important than usual. The first change happens in the heart. People often feel more compassion, not in a weak or unrealistic way, but in a way that helps them see what truly matters and what no longer does. Old resentments start to feel heavier, and pretending not to care becomes tiring. The heart begins to push people toward honesty, deeper connection, and emotional truth. While this can feel uncomfortable, it often leads to the realization that putting up with certain situations has been costing more than expected. The second change happens in the mind. This is when mental clarity appears. Sometimes it comes suddenly as thoughts begin to settle and make more sense, helping people see situations more clearly than before. Confusion begins to fade. Things you spent months overthinking may suddenly seem clear and straightforward. It can feel as if you already knew the answer but hadn't fully trusted yourself yet. This moment isn't about learning something new, it's about cutting through distractions and seeing the truth that was there all along. The third change happens in your inner sense or instinct, often felt in the body. This is where courage appears. It isn't loud or reckless courage, but a calm and steady confidence that helps you move forward even without having every detail figured out. At this point, doubt starts to lose its hold. Fear no longer feels like a stop sign, but more like a signal asking for attention. Understanding shows you what feels true. Courage determines whether you act on it. When these inner shifts happen together, life seems to move from reflection to decision. Christmas becomes a time when remaining stuck feels harder than choosing to change. There is one simple thing you can do before Christmas that can gently change how this season affects you. It doesn't require special practices, objects, or detailed planning. It only takes a few minutes of honest attention. Before the 24th or 25th, spend 5 to 10 minutes alone. Turn off distractions and let go of expectations. Quietly or out loud, name what you truly feel grateful for, not what you think you should appreciate, but what genuinely matters to you. These things can be small or very personal, and they don't need to sound impressive. What matters most is that they feel real to you. Gratitude helps because it changes how you relate to your life. It shifts you away from always wanting more or waiting for something to happen, and toward recognizing what is already here. That sense of recognition is powerful. It places you inside the flow of life instead of feeling separate from it. During this time of year, when shared emotions are stronger, even small moments of awareness can have a lasting effect. This isn't about asking for good things to arrive, it's about creating space for them. When you notice what is already present, you naturally become more open and ready to receive. During the Christmas season, that openness matters more than effort. What begins during this time often continues long after the holiday is past. Many people notice something subtle happening just before the holidays. It's happening again now, and it feels stronger. Some feel an unexpected pull to turn inward. This doesn't feel heavy or lonely, but quieter. Busy places, noise, and unnecessary plans may suddenly feel tiring. This isn't about avoiding life. It's about something important starting to form inside you, and your energy naturally making room for it. You may feel drawn to slow down, stay home more, cancel plans, or rethink routines you followed out of habit. You might question traditions or roles that no longer feel natural. This isn't resistance, it's awareness. When something new is growing inside, you naturally begin to let go of what no longer fits. This is why many thoughtful or self-aware people feel themselves stepping back from surface-level expectations right now. Not dramatically and not with conflict, but quietly. It's a release of the need to perform, please others, or believe that external approval will bring fulfillment. When a person outgrows a situation, they don't always announce it, they simply stop engaging in the same way. It's important to understand that this is not sadness or withdrawal, it's preparation. Just as nature pulls inward before new growth, your energy is doing the same. You're not losing direction, you're preserving strength. Some people also notice a strange feeling of being observed or evaluated, though they can't explain why. At first, this may feel uncomfortable, but this isn't about judgment or punishment. It's something more personal. It may be less about being watched and more about being invited to choose yourself. This moment carries the feeling of a quiet test, not from the outside, but from within. It's as if a wiser part of you is waiting to see whether you return to old habits or step forward into the version of yourself that has been developing all year. Over the next couple of days, many people may feel this more strongly. Self-awareness increases, choices seem to matter more than usual, and even small decisions can feel meaningful. This feeling isn't paranoia or imagination. It's a sign that you are becoming more aligned with yourself. When you sense a kind of attention or pressure during times of change, it's often because you are close to a new stage in your life. You can think of it as standing at a doorway. A future version of you has already stepped through and is waiting to see if you will follow. That's why the pressure feels real. Old excuses don't work as well anymore. Habits you once ignored suddenly stand out. This isn't about fear, it's an invitation. An invitation to grow, to make different choices, and to show yourself that you are ready for what comes next. One of the biggest challenges during the Christmas season doesn't come from outside forces or holiday stress. It comes from long-standing patterns, especially those connected to family. Family influence is strong because it shapes us early in life. During the holidays, these old patterns often resurface, almost as if they want one last chance to pull you back into old ways of being. You might notice familiar comments, tones, or behaviors appearing again, things like guilt, unspoken expectations, or emotional habits that once influenced how you acted around certain people. But this year, something feels different. These patterns may show up, but they don't affect you in the same way. They feel familiar, yet they no longer feel like they belong to you. You've grown beyond the old roles you used to play. You can feel it when certain words don't feel right anymore, or when old reactions no longer come naturally. This is a clear sign of growth. There's a new inner strength now, and with it, a natural boundary, not built from anger or defiance, but from the simple truth that you can't return to who you once were. Life often tests growth by bringing back situations you've already lived through. Christmas is especially powerful in this way because it mixes memories with expectations. This doesn't mean cutting people off or creating conflict. It means recognizing that you no longer want to play roles that kept you quiet, small, or uncomfortable. When old family dynamics return, they aren't there to defeat you. They help show how much you've changed. The real challenge isn't whether you care about your family, it's whether you can stay true to yourself while surrounded by your past. Holiday traditions can hide this truth, but this is where personal independence becomes real. Christmas has a gentle way of bringing clarity. Instead of dramatic, emotional moments, it offers a calm understanding of what and who truly fits in your life. You may notice more easily who feels comfortable to be around and who feels draining. This isn't about judging anyone, it's about being honest with how you feel. Some conversations may leave you feeling supported and connected, while others may leave you tired or empty, even if the other person means well. You don't need to overthink this or explain it. Your body often recognizes what feels right before your mind does. That's why this clarity feels peaceful rather than overwhelming. This time of year also helps you see what is no longer necessary in your life. Traditions that once felt required may now feel optional. Obligations that used to carry weight may feel lighter. This isn't rejection, it's understanding the difference between what you inherited and what you truly value. When you stop pretending about what matters to you, life naturally feels lighter. These realizations don't demand immediate action or big decisions. They simply help you see what fits and what doesn't. As a result, you can move into the new year feeling more centered and aligned than you have in a long time. Christmas becomes less about meeting expectations and more about understanding what truly supports you and what never really did. During the 48 hours around Christmas, there is an important moment of change, but it isn't something dramatic or mysterious. It doesn't appear in the sky or require special knowledge to understand. It's quiet and personal. This moment shows up in small, everyday choices that reflect what you care about, what you accept, and what you are ready to leave behind. Many people won't notice this moment because they'll be caught up in holiday noise, old routines, or habits that no longer fit who they are. But those who have been paying attention to their inner life may feel a gentle shift happening inside. This change doesn't happen because of rituals or special actions. It happens when you choose to be true to yourself, when you decide that your peace matters more than keeping up appearances, when you stop repeating old emotional patterns or making yourself smaller to keep others comfortable. Something important begins to move. These changes happen in quiet decisions that no one else sees. Stillness matters too. When you slow down instead of rushing from one obligation to the next, you create space for clarity. When you speak honestly instead of pretending everything is fine, things begin to settle inside you. When you gently say no to what you've outgrown, you may feel a calm sense of confidence rise without needing approval from anyone else. In moments like these, the change isn't outside of you. It feels like a clear inner knowing, a quiet click that tells you something has shifted. This is a personal closing moment before the year ends. It may not feel dramatic, but it helps shape who you are becoming next. You are no longer following expectations written by others. You are choosing your own direction, and these next 2 days help you reclaim that choice. Even though this time carries strong meaning, certain habits can pull you off balance without you realizing it. Not because they are bad, but because they distract you when your focus matters most. One thing to be careful with is making emotional decisions at the last minute. During the holidays, people often feel tempted to reach out to past relationships, reopen old conversations, or apologize for things that were never truly their responsibility. These urges often come from emotion, not clarity. Acting on them can pull you back into patterns you've already worked to move beyond. Another common distraction is feeling forced by obligation. This doesn't mean choosing to spend time with people you love. It means saying yes out of guilt, attending events, or staying in situations that leave you drained. During Christmas, the pressure to meet expectations can be strong. Ignoring your own limits in these moments can leave you feeling disconnected from yourself. A third distraction is focusing too much on what went wrong this past year. Repeating disappointments, complaints, or frustrations keeps your attention tied to what you are trying to grow beyond. While it's healthy to acknowledge challenges, dwelling on them during this moment can hold you in an old mindset instead of helping you move forward. These patterns can quietly weigh you down, Letting them go now helps create space for what's ready to come next. When you release distractions and old habits, you make room for new opportunities to reach you with less resistance and less emotional weight. This moment is meant to help lift you, not pull the past along with you.